Hello everyone and welcome back to Mass Effect 2, The Insanity of Victor Shepard. It's been a while since we've done this. Welcome, Sovereign. How goes? It goes good. It goes good. I spent uh, last night after D&D to see if I could get Dragon Age Origins to load on my PC. Using the same trick that I did for Batman Arkham Asylum to get that older game to load. Had to have like a NVIDIA PhysX conversion thing that I didn't know this at the time, but yeah, it was actually came buried in the files. I just had to run the installer for it. And so far it seems to be working. I play tested a little bit more this morning, and unmodded, I actually got my Dalish Archer to Lothering, which is farther than I've ever gotten on PC before the game crashed, and the game is running just fine. So I'm going to add in some mods, start a new character, fast track through Ostagar. If I can get past Ostagar, then I think I can put Dragon Age Origins back in the stream rotation. I'll probably do that, or go to Dragon Age after the Insanity of Victor Shepard ends. But other than that, it's... not other than that, but I'm encouraged. Anyway, today, what we're doing is we're doing the last loyalty mission, Jacob, the Gift of Greatness. 10 years ago, Jacob's father disappeared along with the Hugo's Gernsback, a privately held frigate on which he served as first officer. Last week, the ship's beacon sent out a distress call reporting a crash on the planet Aea. Jacob would like to investigate. Why did we save his for last? Because I hate it. And I wanted to... I didn't want to do it, but we gotta do it. Alright. Let's go this way. Where is it? Nebula. Let's just go directly to the Alpha Draconis.
Probe launched. $21.75. Anomaly detected.
Named after an Asari scientist, this remote planet appears to have been on the list of forbidden mass relays that led to uncharted space. The little data available comes from one far-off probe flyby that reports 2 planets orbiting a white dwarf star. Your own scans yield far more interesting results. The planet is within the habitable zone of the star. It has oceans of liquid water and thin oxygen atmosphere, consistent with carbon-based plant life. Yet it is possible this is an as yet unexplored garden world. Its orbital period is, or 1 year for Aea is 7.3 Earth years. The day is 31.5 hours. Average temperature is, let's put that in freedom units, about 60 to 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Not bad. Let's start the scanner.
General distress. MSV
Probe away.
Hugo Gernsback. Registration.
Scans have found something.
Alright, let's land. Oh, shit. I said land. Alright, we're forced to take Corporal Boring. Who else should we take? Probably Miranda would be the best bet. Alright. We're gonna keep these squad points for barrier. Not that Taylor would ever use it. Alright.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life sign.
Immediately, Victor pulls out the nuke. That's great.
Technology or information still inside.
Alright. God, Taylor, you're such a useless character. Shotgun, pistol, with no real good offensive powers. And your only defensive power is your loyalty power. You suck.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
Alright,
Looks like it was stripped after the crash.
let's see here.
They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Let's access the logs.
Along with this anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
Well, that sounded ominous.
She threatened to report if I didn't stop sending messages. But now she's so innocent. They all are.
Jesus.
That look she gives when she's... It's sure easier now. What's the harm? We're stuck here.
So, Taylor, why are we here and didn't just blow this from orbit? Because from what I'm hearing, the mission should have started with after the airstrike is complete.
Crash, you can't expect the luxury of due process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him.
Okay.
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My God, I can't remember. I can't remember her face. We need to get out. So I can remember. Can think straight. They have to hurry.
This doesn't bode well at all. Okay, well, Something fucked up happened. Again, Taylor, what the hell are you getting us into?
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resume.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Alright,
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
alright. Unsafe deceleration.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Alright. Theoretical recommendations.
Why are you comparing the crash to theoretical speeds?
The Hugo Gernsback was constructed off-world. It is not rated for suborbital descent, and doing so exceeded operational parameters.
Who's in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
Alright.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of acting captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Alright. Well, let's go.
Come on, let's get going.
My father had a working beacon but didn't signal for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
Avoiding it for a decade seems unlikely.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Stuck.
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them. So they hunt his machines
think we
and
found
those who
some
help
of them.
him. They don't believe that rescue.
Yeah,
will
that's bad.
come.
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
Heads
At
up!
least they know how to still fire a gun.
I'll crush them!
go. God damn it. Get
That
up,
wasn't
you
neural
two.
decay. They were feral.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
Yeah, you guys suck at combat. Especially you, Taylor. Miranda is a little bit more understandable because she doesn't wear fucking armor. But you're supposed to be a combat specialist. And yet you go charging in with a fucking shotgun and no shields. Way to go.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
Hello. Thank you for the watch streak. Sorry. Now you can't doubt Miranda's courage.
They're clearly docile, but
Or
in the same
Taylor's
uniform
stupidity.
remnants as those who attacked us.
Except they're all female.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent.
You can doubt their wisdom. Very much so.
Possibly. But the woman on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
No, that's not a good sign.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop. Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
He has a cruel face. His cruel face. I can't talk to you. I don't want punishment.
Go away. You are like him. You will keep us here.
What the hell? Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
Is it supposed to be a person or an angel? It's also very abstract.
Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Patrols like that are a little much against this bunch.
Well, that would make them hate him. Maybe it was just for defense.
Please,
Who knows, who cares?
here. You could end it. You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Well, what is it?
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
Sounds like he cracked.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Yeah. I agree with the initial statement that saving the limited food supply for the officers slash people in charge of maintaining and repairing the beacon makes sense, while the others are stuck with the local stuff and hope for the best once they leave. But once the beacon was fixed, their duty should have been to, activate the beacon. They didn't. So as far as I'm concerned, all the officers are guilty of crimes against humanity.
Does it say why he separated the men and the women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard, I don't see any justification.
Nope.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
So does this make any sense to you?
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Or is it as bad as I think it is?
None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
Alright, now I know how Carolina confronted Ronald Taylor. She ended up telling Jacob to leave him a pistol with a single shot. You can extrapolate what that shot was for. But that's not how Victor's going to handle it. Remember, Victor is a Boy Scout. He actually believes in the justice system. Which will be real interesting once he finishes the Arrival DLC.
The old corpse has been posed, like a warning. The new ones were left where they fell.
The hunters started fighting back.
There's always a choice. You just suck at tanking.
Get over here. Got it.
I take that back. There's sometimes legitimate scenarios where there is no choice. The arrival in this scenario, Captain Taylor definitely has a choice, and he Jesus, how many bots does he fucking have? More.
Have a nice trip.
Oh, you don't. You're gonna have a different tune.
Now he wants
when
out.
I get there.
Son of a bitch.
Activity.
Lost shield.
Miranda, get behind cover! What the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be the tactician. God damn it, Miranda, stop it! Jesus.
Come on over.
It took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
Get the hell out of there.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
I mean, technically, he is by the literal definition.
Combat drone, watch out.
I'm like Exile's spine. Hunters, kill hunters.
Greenwash
I've got
guard.
it.
That's thick, isn't it?
Overloading their systems.
Yeah, well, there's a... Okay.
Hostile combat drone.
That's more than a drone. Oh, too close. Oh, it sends me all the way to the... Okay. No auto load. Okay, or auto save. Fair enough.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs.
Well, I guess that'll teach me to
But there
not
may be
for
useful
not quick
technology or
saving.
information still inside.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years. Looks like it was stripped after the crash.
I'm just gonna
They'd have tried to
speed
get a beacon
through
up as soon as possible.
the logs and stuff. That for the money, though.
toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically...
From the look of it, this beacon's been
Pause.
neural.
That's not right.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency... It is not known if neural decay is... The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo...
Why are you comparing the crash?
The Hugo Gernsback was constructed... Pause in beacon protocol is
Come on.
recorded.
My father had a working
All right.
beacon, but didn't signal for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
Avoiding it for a decade seems unlikely.
Some have lost faith. The hunters. He exiled them. So they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will...
Down.
Hunters.
All right.
They won't stop until the
Let's
leader
see
is
if
dead.
these fuckers actually
Kill
can
them.
stay alive.
Agents of the liar.
Gravity's one beat further, huh?
This should scramble their systems.
I love that I have armor-piercing ammo on, and yet I can't punch through basic concrete. Oh shit! You son of a bitch! Get out of here!
Come on over.
Oh no, Taylor's dead.
Taking fire.
This will put them down.
Back up, Taylor.
That wasn't neural decay. They were feral.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong. Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
Possibly.
You have his face. Forced us to eat.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop.
Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Patrols like that.
Please, here. You. This. I forget how to.
The rest is a casualty list. And after the beacon is fixed, the officer...
Does it say why
he allowed here Shepard? But they did fix it. And the signal all killed within the same week. I need to find this.
Okay, there we go. Bypass. That.
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane.
The old corpse has been posed, like a warning. The new ones were left where they fell.
The hunters started fighting back.
Watch out!
stupid robots.
Impact event. Impact event.
I had to keep them busy, distracted, but it's getting dangerous. Thank God you've come.
He had his fun, and now he wants out. Son of a
Quick
bitch.
save there.
Charge him up!
Careful, Shepard.
It took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
Throwing
You
people
don't
away.
sound
This thing is
too
not my
broken
father.
up over that fact.
On the floor. Deploying tech overload.
Combat drones! Enough with the toys. I need to look my...
There we go.
Father,
That,
yeah, here's just-
that was better. Much better deployment of the nuke. All right.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow
Totally
through
did
just
this
fine.
first try.
Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads.
Totally didn't
I'll
die.
get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've got to have some back pay coming.
You're writing
about your
checks
crew,
that your
acting captain?
mouth can't.
Total
cash.
loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped
I
me
think
up
that's
here
how
in some kind of
saying
ritual
goes.
behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Commander Victor Shepard, you know Jacob Taylor.
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you're acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
Well, a decade, Taylor. Why?
I'm not unreasonable, Captain, but 10 years? What happened?
God damn it! Why did you do this to your crew?
Hey, Miranda.
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
Okay.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down.
Okay.
Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
Yep. Well, let's see here.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after
Probably
things
smartest thing you ever
escalated
did
here,
there, Roland.
it seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
What triggered the males to change and threaten you?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before. Odd weather. Maybe some just adapted a little too well.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
You know, I just had a scary thought. It's canon that Papa Taylor here separated the males and the females and kind of used the females as his own personal harem. How many children have resulted from that harem? Because this has gone on for a decade. And would Ronald even allow children?
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
Now, Carolina would go with this one. And Victor would be sorely tempted to do that. But his moral sense of justice would cause him to do this, where we bring him in with the Alliance. And meta-wise, bringing him in for justice actually is probably the worst way for him to go. Because, thanks to the expanded galaxy mod, you can actually, or it brings in, or restores some lines that were cut, where Taylor would explain what would happen to his father after you do his mission in Mass Effect 3. And his fate varies upon which decision you make here. If you just have, or leave him a half-charged pistol, Jacob would eventually return to the planet and bury his father, because that's what his mom would have wanted. If you leave him for the hunters, then apparently when the Alliance hears about this, they make a movie as like a cautionary tale. And I think Jacob says, yeah, I watched it. Not really that great, but whatever. If you bring him in, the Alliance will put him in the brig in Vancouver awaiting trial. He's still in the brig when the Reapers invade Earth. And the Alliance doesn't really bother trying to, free him or rescue him. Because, they're trying to evacuate civilians and military personnel that could still fight. Because, it's a fight for your life. Who gives a fuck about some monster? So, the fate of Ronald Taylor, if you bring him into the Alliance to face justice, is more than likely he becomes a husk. And I personally think that is the best poetic justice you can give him.
We'll secure him for an Alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
Survivors from AA are being treated by Alliance personnel with additional server support. Pleased to see Taylor unharmed psychologically by experience. Jacob Taylor has dealt with his father and is now solely focused on the mission. He finally gets fucking barrier. Not that he'll ever use it. We also got heavy pistol damage, new outfit, monies, and Ezo.
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew, Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
Good job.
Don't even give him the taillights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
But you knew about it.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine, you didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
The obvious insider.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
Surprised about Miranda?
You had no idea Miranda was behind this?
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
You alright?
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor can rot in prison. Doesn't change who I am or what I know. I've already mourned the man he used to be. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
Well, let's go.
Come on. We've got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard. Thanks for the help.
Don't mention it.
Anytime, Jacob.
Please, don't mention it. Alright. Well, we are finished with the loyalty missions for the moment. Let's go see what we can research at the tech lab. And now, we're going to get to the part where I like to call the Explorathon.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
So, hold on. Let's read the message. Thank you from my daughter. From Diana. Commander Shepard, Arya Talok told me where to send this. I'm Neff's mother, Diana. We talked when you came to investigate her death. Arya also told me that a dead Asari woman was found in one of the wealthy apartments. She was the one who killed my daughter. Thank you. I don't know who brought you into my life, but thank you for avenging my daughter. My nephew deserved better than this. I couldn't give it to her, but at least you killed the bitch who took away what little she had. Gratefully, Diana. Oh yeah, let's give him his there. So now, we're going to do, we're gonna go through every system and just start doing little side quests. Normally I like to start in the western sector and move this way. Excuse me. But we'll also be doing 2 DLC before the Reaper IFF. Those DLC are Firewalker and Project Overlord. Lair of the Shadow Broker and Arrival I typically do after the suicide mission. But let's go ahead and start with the Minos Wasteland. Now, do I have to do all these exploration things? No. But Shepard canonically does them. And you guys enjoy my tears, so enjoy my suffering. This is for you.
Probe away. Launching probe.
Yep, shit.
Launching probe. I have detected an anomaly.
Aquitas. Home to the famous iron canyons, Aquitas has a reddish iron oxide dust, hematite, covering much of its surface, and significant blue cobalt deposits that freckle the terrain. Terrain explorers have discovered hot springs in the polar ice caps, heated by magma in the planet's crust. In a strange combination of science and hucksterism, a small facility exports water from these springs, which is bottled and sold as having medicinal properties. These funds are then used to maintain a research station, which has discovered some fossil evidence that Aquitas once harbored microscopic life based on deoxyribonucleic acids in these springs. Why not just say DNA? Anyway, orbital period, 8 years. Day length, 51.5 Earth hours. Surface temperature is a balmy. Let me convert that to freedom units so I can actually understand it. A balmy one, negative 121 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh boy.
Beacon triggered by Universal Distress Protocol. Unregistered user or record damaged. Status was not known. Beacon triggered by Universal.
Launching probe. Something on our sensors.
Anomaly detected. Surface scans report potential alien signatures from within the mining facility. Anomalous life signs detected. Whereabouts of the facility staff are unknown. Alright, this is gonna fucking suck. Let's go ahead and bring Grunt. Sure, we'll bring Taylor, just so I can upgrade his barrier. Improved barrier. Oh, that's
Time to fight!
Oh, this is gonna go well.
That should take the heat off!
We'll consider it a dry run for the Reaper IFF mission. If you're reading this, get the hell out of this place! Now!
Nothing's gonna hurt me now!
Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away.
Too late! Now you're dead! Nothing's gonna hurt me now!
Fucking hell. I hate husks. They're armored. They swarm you. Cover is useless. There's no real good
Incoming.
way to kill them before they swarm.
On the ground, now! Shut down!
Okay, I'm not in the final area. There's lockers we can bypass. I'm not gonna do that because it will take too long and the game doesn't actually pause when you do that, so you're gonna get swarmed.
Up front!
Alien machine discovered. Smithson's men dug out some kind of alien machine today. Like nothing I ever saw. Called up some of my contacts and found out there's a market for this kind of thing. Looks like some squints over at Alana's risk control are willing to part with a ton of credits to get their hands on one of these things. Far be it from me to deny them a chance to pay me. A strange glow. Cooper and Jorgensen say they saw that damned alien thing glowing, and hell if I'm going here to prove them wrong. I don't get paid enough to expose myself to weird alien artifacts. I have to admit, though, that's an awfully pretty sound coming from that back room. Something's different. Cooper, Jorgensen, and them ain't doing too well. Not feeling too good myself either. Staying near the machine, feel better. Not sure I want to let the Alana's folk take it. Think it should stay right here with us. Oh, they became indoctrinated. Yay! So great.
Shepard, I detect a powerful alien signature deep within the mines. It appears the device is the source of the husks. It is likely that disclosing can stop them.
On a target. Feel the fail. Now you're dead.
Fucking hell!
Burn and die.
Thank God for that tech armor pulse. Destroyed Reaper indoctrination device. Okay. Messages. Thank you from Leslie. I am Leslie. I was on Aea. The food made me sick. Doctors are helping me now. One doctor knows Jacob. He says he can tell you this. He could write this for me, but I want to do it. I need to use my words. My words are coming back. I can talk well. Reading is hard, but I am getting better. I have to get better. Taylor wanted me like this. He wanted my words going. I have to show him that he lost. I am not weak. He did things to me, and he can't now. He can't take away my words. He can't make me not me anymore. Because you and Jacob stopped him. Thank you, Leslie. Alright. Well, let's head here.
Launching probe.
Let's relay jump to the Ismar frontier.
Launching probe.
Ah, fuck.
Launching probe. Probe launched.
away.
Okay, now to begin. Firewalker. How we're gonna do Firewalker is I'm just gonna do the Firewalker missions as I do the Explorathon, since it's broke up into 5, spread out all across the galaxy. And Firewalker isn't really necessarily what you would call a coherent DLC anyway. So we'll just go across as we come across them. Overlord, however, will be the end of the Explorathon, because it's all on one planet.
I have detected an anomaly.
Zenoa. Zenoa has a thin atmosphere of sulfur dioxide and trioxide, created by volcanic outgassing. There are traces of water vapor in the atmosphere, but over the last 5 centuries of observation, particle counts have decreased 4%. While not habitable by any spacefaring species, there's abundance of native sulfur-devouring bacteria that thrives around the world's many volcanic vents. Interestingly, these bacteria bear genetic similarities in the native life of Ilium, suggesting either a panspermia spread of microbes via asteroids, or accidental contamination of the original environment by careless spacefarers. Orbital period for one of their years is just over half of an Earth year. Day length, about 50 hours. Surface temperature is 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Probe launched. I have found something.
Anomaly detected. Scans have located the Hammerhead exploration vehicle and also show active data storage sites that may contain information as to the whereabouts of Doctors Case and Aloy. Alright, we'll bring in Garrus and Tally. Not that there's any combat on this one, it's just Team OG together.
I don't think the ship is safe. We've run into the Geth far too often.
Geth, huh?
I'm going to stay at the next site with Dr. Aloy. I think we'll be safer there.
Right. Alright, in vanilla game, unmodded, this is a giant piece of shit. Granted, it's fun to fly, but you get it into any sort of combat, and you'll find out that its armor
Primary systems online.
is wet tissue paper.
To the M44 Hammerhead infantry fighting vehicle. This is your onboard VI.
But we've got it modded, as you can tell. So I've increased the damage, the jump, and most importantly, the armor. So this thing is actually more akin to a hover tank than what it was.
Path is now clear.
Ow. Use the boost to get through. Now, while I may not like the Hammerhead's armor and stuff, I do actually kind of like the look of the design. I love the Mass Effect aesthetic of it. I can basically fly in this thing.
That should do it. Mission objectives completed.
Which actually does make sense, or lore-wise, that it can technically fly, because it's meant to take the place of the Mako in the sense that it is capable of deploying from high altitude from the Normandy itself. It is a lander. Anyway, found wreckage of the freighter MSV Rosalie, M44 Hammerhead acquired, recovered research data. All right. Messages. Prototype recovered. From Project Firewalker. Good work on recovering the Hammerhead in one piece, Commander. It will prove useful. No, it won't. Also, the data you recovered from the MSV Rosalie's emergency beacon contains significant intel on a few planets that Dr. Case and Dr. Alloy investigated. EDI has added the locations to your galaxy map. We hope that one of them leads you to the Prothean site. Despite Dr. Case's obvious instability, he's proven to be a brilliant and dedicated scientist. If you salvage more of his logs or journals, it would greatly help our efforts. We still don't know how the Geth are tracking Dr. Case, so be careful. Alright, we are done with the Isomar Frontier. Alright, how many probes do we have? Oh yeah, we got plenty. Alright. Time to head to the Eagle Nebula. You start one of the worst side quest missions ever.
Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away. In research projects, Element 0 is used for bioamp and omni-tool upgrades, which allow squad members who have biotic and tech powers to be much more effective. Probe launched.
Beach Thunder. These planet names are... First land. Okay, so whoever named this decided this is a gas giant. Let's call it First Land, because that makes sense. Something with no land we're gonna call First Land. It's like naming Iceland, Iceland, and Greenland, Greenland. This will be funny. That, yeah, pretty much. looking forward to this side quest chain. I hate it more than Firewalker. Because you have to deal with fucking mechs. Tons of them that never stop spawning. In an insanity, they're all fucking armored.
Launching probe.
Skill issue. Shut up. I'm doing this for your entertainment.
Anomaly detected.
Neith. Cold and dry, Neith has a thin nitrogen atmosphere and vast salt flats at its equator, which is warm enough for liquid water to pool during the summer period. The revealed salt is collected and sold to sodium-poor planets for agricultural purposes. During the Anhur rebellions, Neith was a staging ground for eclipse ships and was the site of their first defeat, when enemy niced, surprised, and routed them with superior force. Some wreckage from the battle can still be found on the planet today. Year is 6.3 Earth years. Day is nearly 55 hours. And our temperature is a balmy -13 degrees Fahrenheit.
General distress. Beacon process interrupted.
Probe away.
Translation error.
I have found something.
Anomaly detected. Surface scans indicate wreckage of a merchant freighter. Configuration unknown. Damage to ship catastrophic. Detecting movement, but no signs of organic life. You know, maybe we should, nuke it from orbit. BRP luncheon. Gotcha. Alright. We're gonna bring in Tally and Garrus. Both of them can deal with tech.
A sandstorm is approaching from the northwest. Proceed with caution.
Garrus, you need to use your sniper.
Switch up!
Captain, short-range sensors just went offline and I'm locked out of helm control. The VI is reporting malfunctions all over the ship.
Well, that's not good.
Attention all hands. We are on a collision course and losing systems fast. Report to the escape pods immediately. This is not a drill.
This is not a drill. Reflective mech armor X-6378. 14 crates of reflective mech armor X-3 or 6378. Source Jahari Station. Destination Atlantis Risk Control Facility. Loki mechs. 180 Loki mechs. Source Hain Kadar Experimental Mechanics Division. Destination ERCS. 1 Ymir mech. Source Hain Kadar Experimental Mechs Division. Destination ERCS. Once again, we should have launched an airstrike first and then see what was left. Because I don't know about you, but if I detect movement with no life signs, that probably means mechs.
Problem in the cargo bay. Marcus says the mechs in the containers are activating and self-destructing. Go check it out.
Multiple hostiles powering up at your location. Recommend immediate extraction.
We've been spotted.
Callie's like, why do you keep bringing me firefights for our dates? It's like, well,
we have to go now.
The game won't let me take you to a romantic one. This is the best I can do. Found no survivors in MSV Corsica wreckage. Deactivate distress beacon. MSV Corsica, last known docking coordinates. Information acquired. Location coordinates, Jahiri Station, Strabo System, Eagle Nebula. Data mining confirms the last reported location of merchant freighter MSV Corsica as the Jahiri Station in the Strabo System. Possibility exists that clues pertaining to the anomaly that caused the mass malfunction of the mechs aboard the Corsica can be found aboard Jahiri Station. Welcome back, Sovereign. You returned with cheesy rice. I love cheesy rice. I mean, I just love cheese. Putting cheese on pretty much anything makes it better. That's like a fact. Also, you missed Tally complaining that I don't take her anywhere nice for dates. I always take her to combat situations. Victor going, but I can't. The game won't let me take you somewhere nice.
Probe away.
Alas. At least in Mass Effect 3 Citadel DLC, you can kind of take your significant other on a date. Like hell, Garrus can make FemShep dance. Like, he does the one thing that no one else can do. He can make FemShep dance the tango well. Shakarian succeeds in some weird things. Shakarian's the best ship, along with Tallymancy. I know Liara is probably canon, but I don't care.
Launching probe.
I think my aversion... Well, there's two reasons why I don't really like the Liara relationship. One is, I just don't find the Asari conventionally attractive. Call me crazy, but... But, I don't know, I think the lack of... I mean, to me, the Asari have kind of an uncanny valley sort of thing. Their face looks human, but they have tentacle hair things. Scalp crest, I'm not sure what it's called. And, no ears. So that's delivered. So to me, it kind of throws up some red flags like this, no. Whereas, for example, female Turians, yeah, they don't have ears. They definitely don't look human. But it doesn't trigger the uncanny valley, so I can appreciate the aesthetics of them. Turians are burbs by Vel. Yeah, I know. They're basically what you'd get if velociraptors on Earth evolved into sentient bipedal species. The Quarians, I mean, you can't really tell what their faces look like, but because of the masks, but they're described as conventionally attractive. I mean, so are the Asari, but, you know, whatever. But Tally's just all, you know, adorkableness. Quarians are purple humanoids. Yeah, but I don't think their facial structure is literally human face with weird alien stuff on the scalp and no ears. I'm pretty sure their faces look alien enough that it doesn't trigger the uncanny valley. But the second major reason why I'm not a big fan of the Liara romance is BioWare seems to do a lot to kind of push it on you. So a lot of Liara's interactions with Shepard give off romantic vibes, even if you're not romancing her, and I don't like that. It's like, stop. You know I'm with Tally. Or you know I'm with Garrus. Stop it. Jahari Station. Site intel retrieved. Location coordinates. Jahari Station. Strabo system. Eagle Nebula. Data mining confirms the last reported location of the merchant freighter. MSV Korska is... Okay, this is just the same thing that we got from the message Oh, you didn't need to snooze the ads. This is a non-combat mission. I'm just gonna blow through here, and if my team gets knocked unconscious by the vents, oh well. See, the other romantic options in this game, Kaiden's is the safe, reliable one. Granted, it gets a little strained in Mass Effect 2, but unlike the other Vermeer survivor, Kaiden will admit in the hospital he done fucked up. And there's no additional quest you gotta do to get back in his good graces, so to speak. He's like, yeah, I fucked up. You were right, I was wrong. Terribly sorry about that. Can we go back to being friends? Alright, Dr. Galvin. At my suggestion, we have cut power to all systems, save critical life support, in hopes that disabling these systems will deny the VI resources she needs to kill us. This is a temporary solution. We cannot last this out on our own. Dr. Tails. But Kaiden, the Kaiden romance, at least the female or femshep one. I have not done the broshep one. Femshep one is kind of safe, reliable. So you have the Nonanuke. Yes, I do. Welcome, Ross. I'm not going to use it for this mission because this is a non-combat mission. Play broship more than once. I don't mind broshep. The main reason why I prefer femshep is I think the Kestrel armor looks a lot better on her. And two, it's a voice actor thing. Mark Meer is great, and he definitely comes into his own come Mass Effect 2 and 3. But Jennifer Hale has a lot more experience than Meer does, and it shows. That's no slight against Mark Meer, it's just, you know. Femship's romance is the Kaiden one's safe and reliable. It's a little boring, but it's not bad. And it's like the only one aside from Liara that Femship could actually have a child with. Or at least a biological child. Because depending upon the dialogue options you do, Shakarian will result in adopting baby Krogan.
Docking area power restored. Intruders are requested to report to the cargo doors for immediate removal from station.
Then, we got Thane Krios, and while that romance is very well written, it's extremely tragic because Thane's gonna die. Blade Femship has head before he killed her boyfriend. Okay, did you kill Kaiden in ME1, or did you manage to kill Garrus? If you killed Kaiden by, leaving him on Vermeer, okay, fine, I understand that. But if you got Garrus killed in the suicide mission... Okay, Kaiden, fair enough.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area.
Dr. Galwin, my firm belief is that the VA is paranoid about the possibility of infection. Its current homicidal behavior, I can talk, is likely out of an inflated desire to keep us from shutting it down. I believe that the VI is malfunctioning and that it believes our equipment to be infected by a virus. If we continue to try and shut her down, she will keep trying to destroy us. Maybe our only recourse is just to do nothing and convince her that we're not a threat, Dr. Towson. But yeah, Thane's romance, well written, very well. It's a tragedy. So if you like dramatic tragedies, go for the Thane romance. If you, not an AI, it's a VI. Think of it like in Halo. You've got smart AIs like Cortana, and then dumb AIs that basically run one thing and that's it. What we're dealing with is a dumb AI. Trust me, if we were dealing with a rogue Cortana, we'd all be fucked. Yeah, preserve the flares. It's here. And then we come to, it's here. Obviously, FemShep can romance Liara. It's not a bad romance. It's just seems forced on the player, and that's the same thing with Bro Shep, too. Attention all docks personnel, we are expecting a shipment of mech parts from the Hain Kadar facility on Kapik, Haskins, Titan Nebula. Make sure the VI knows to accept a docking request from the freighter MSV Corsica, Kennings. Then, let's see here. The last Mass Effect 2 romance you can have for FemShep is Jacob Taylor. And anybody who does this one, obviously hates their character. Because it is not a very well written romance in Mass Effect 2. I mean, Jacob Taylor's not a very well written character. And then in Mass Effect 3, he fucking cheats on you because he can't keep it in his pants for 6 months while you're under house arrest, you know, for blowing up a mass relay to stop the Reaper invasion. So, yeah, fuck Taylor. Yeah, Jacob Taylor's loyalty mission is disturbing as fuck. So yeah, Sovereign, you missed me saying that the Jacob Taylor romance for FemShep is literally the worst option. Because he's a poorly written character, it's a poorly written romance, and he fucking cheats on you. Well, can't the player cheat on their romance options? Yeah. But you know what I don't do? I don't do that. And anybody who does is a piece of shit too.
Living area power restored.
Jacob boring adulterer Taylor. Yeah. And not only does Taylor not able to keep it in his pants for a month before he strays, he knocks up
Attention all personnel. A hostile
his side chick.
Please do not interfere with defense procedures.
And not only does Jacob Taylor have the worst romance, because of it, he also takes the relatively nice character of Dr. Bryn Cole, who actually respects Shepard in all other instances. She becomes hostile to a romanced FemShep because, you know, she's the side chick and she's got to defend her claim on her man. Bitch, you can have him.
2 doors enabled. 5 doors enabled.
So, Jacob Taylor not only ruins his own character, he ruins another character too. I wanted to say it's still better than father than his father. That's a very low bridge pass. And by low, I mean as deep as the Earth's core. Deeper. The bar is in hell. Yeah. So yeah, there is no redeeming quality about Jacob Taylor. He is the worst companion in the Mass Effect series. And it's just because BioWare decided, you know, let's make him super boring and super cheaty and have him ruin other characters by association.
Plasma venting in progress. Attempting to reach the maintenance controls will most likely result in serious injury or death.
I'm positive that the trouble with the VI started after the Corsica docked. Tailson is looking into the VI itself. In the meantime, I need you to go through the logs and find out everything that was on that ship. Dr. Gale. Kai Lang is a worse written character than Jacob Taylor. I mean, hell, Troy Baker even hates the character he voiced. And when people like say at conventions, I had fun killing your character in Mass Effect 3, his response is, so did I.
All attempts to decontaminate station have failed.
But the difference between Kai Lang and Taylor is you can actually kill Kai Lang. The best you can do to get vengeance against Jacob is send him into the vents. Which we're not doing because I need the war assets. But, you know, I've been tempted to do it before. I mean, he does volunteer to go into the vents. But,
research area
and then
restored.
I've never done Femshep's sole Mass Effect 3 romance of Samantha Trainer. I've seen the YouTube videos of the romance. It is fucking adorable. And Trainer is a fantastically well-written character. Yeah, it's just a slog to get through it. And since I don't do multiple romance options in a single playthrough, in all the playthroughs I've done, I've always been romanced by the time I get to Mass Effect 3, so, I mean, sorry, Trainer, you're adorable, but we're gonna have to stay friends.
Reflective armor prototype repositioned. Reflective armor prototype repositioned. Reflective armor prototype repositioned. This is a secure zone. Please leave this station immediately.
You did the Trainer thing once, way back on Cults, because you have layers, Shadowbrook at the time. Ah, gotcha. No option. Yeah, layer does. Although it can also reinforce your Mass Effect 2 ship, or confirm your Vermeer Survivor one.
Hub area power restored. Central mainframe access granted. Docked vessel detected. Attempting to upload central programming into docked
But again,
vessel's mainframe. Intruder detected.
I
not authorized to
don't
be
like
in this
how
area.
much BioWare's dangles the Liara romance in front of the player. It's like, hey, you sure you don't want to romance Liara? Our pride and joy? No. I want Tally. Well, if she's the official ship, then... I mean... I'm okay with official ships. But if you give the player a choice as to who to romance... don't fucking ram the official one down your throat. Yeah, Dragon Age doesn't, like, in Dragon Age Origins, a male warden's official ship is Morrigan. Largely because of the ritual required in order to not die at the end. But the game doesn't force it on you. If you're not wanting to well, Sav, I said that the official ship for a male warden is Morrigan. But even if you're not romancing Morrigan, you can have it just be purely transactional to, you know, save your life. Or you can tell her, I don't want to bang you, but why not bang Alistair? Why don't you want to bang me? Because I'm romancing the elf assassin dude. Sorry, but you're not going to be able to, well, you know, I'm not attracted to that. You know, if you're, I mean, if you're romancing Liliana, that's a little different thing. Sorry, I'm gay. Fuck. No. Yeah, basically. So BioWare had that option. And if you're a female warden, the official ship, especially if you're a female noble, a human noble, is Alistair. And in fact, they reward you for romancing Alistair by letting you become queen. But again, the game doesn't force it. You're free to choose Liliana or God, I forget that assassin's name. It began with a Z. I keep thinking Zevlor, but like, no, that's the Hell Rider from Baldur's Gate 3. See something. Anyway, deactivated Jahari Station security protocols. Escape the station. But anyway, and then in Dragon Age 2, Hawk could romance whoever they want. I think canonically BioWare would have liked you to have romanced Isabella because she was on the artwork, but the game doesn't push one romance over the other. Same with Inquisition. I have no idea about Veilguard. I haven't played it yet. I do have it on my PS5. Oh. Zevran, that's right, Zevran. Yeah, I've got Veilguard on my PS5's library because it's the free game of the month, and like, when I get around to it, I'll play a train wreck. I'm not gonna stream it because I don't want to subject y'all to horrible writing. I mean, DA2 is bad enough. No, I'm kidding. I actually kind of like DA2 in its own way. Death by cringe. Yes. All right. Let's go down here. I think we have time for one more mission. But, yeah. And hell, even in Mass Effect Andromeda, there's no real official ship. It's only the Mass Effect trilogy where BioWare is like, we made this character that we really love. We want you to love her too. Yeah, but you also made a dorkable engineer girl over here who's really shy and funny and, you know, useful. But MEA reinforce Liara's premise. I mean, Liara is definitely the deuteragonist of the Mass Effect trilogy, because without Liara, a lot of the plot can't happen. Because again, Liara is BioWare's pet character. But it's one thing to be a linchpin character, and another thing to, like, force you to romance her.
Anomaly detected.
Anomaly detected.
Detected in orbit. All units report to ready stations for possible anti-invasion protocol.
I have found something.
Mercenary activity detected inside a mining facility on the planet's surface. Facility confirmed, registered to an Eldfell Ashland Energy Corporation. Eclipse presence unconfirmed. Distress beacon powered down at site. Sensors detect multiple spacefaring vessel launches from the facility. Hellmate. No, fine. We'll land. But, what was I saying? Let's see here. We're gonna need Garrus. Let's bring Kasumi, why not? Who's missing? I don't know. Oh, you mean, on the squad? We haven't picked up Legion yet. Legion is the Reaper IFF, and that triggers the countdown to the suicide mission. So I'm going to delay that as much as possible. Which, again, I think that's a detriment to the game, because we don't get a lot to do with Legion. I mean, if you want to do it first and don't give a shit about your crew, then yeah, get Legion early and you can have a lot of time with them. But if you care about your crew, you need to do everything else aside from DLC before the Reaper IFF. Yeah. Well, in this playthrough, Ross, we gave Ronald Taylor to the Alliance, which means he's going to be sitting in a jail cell in Vancouver when the Reapers land. And the Alliance is not rescuing him. So he's becoming a fucking husk. Seem to be lacking in ammunition. Oh, yeah. Am I? I'm using the Infinity Rifle. I never run out of ammunition. Let's see here. Bro Shep's romances actually have a lot. I mean, FemShep got shafted in terms of romances. Because if you want a good, happy romance as FemShep, you either go with the author's pet of Liara, or you go with Garrus. Caden's okay, but he may not always be alive for you. And, you know, he fucks up. Granted, you know, he apologizes, but still. But, for Broshep, he's got a lot of good options. Of course, there's the creator's pet. Ashley Williams is kind of like Caden, although there's a little bit more drama than with Caden. Because you do have to kind of do an extra little thing just to, you know, get her back on the Normandy. I mean, you have to do that if you're romancing her or not, so it's not unique to the romance. Also, she won't apologize for what she does on Horizon and Mass Effect 2, while Caden will. Miranda is a good romance if you like the sugar and ice personality, because she starts off as an ice queen. But she, over the course of Mass Effect 2, if you earn her loyalty, she becomes very attached. In fact, she's the only one that if you break up with her in Mass Effect 3, she doesn't take it well. Fucking your therapist. Insane. Yeah. But do we really consider Kelly to be a true romance option? Broshep is shafted if he's gay. Because you get two options in Mass Effect 3. Two options, depending upon who's the Vermeer survivor. Broshep obviously has Cortez, and if Caden is the Vermeer survivor, you can romance him. And they excuse that by saying, it wasn't until Vermeer that Caden started to have feelings for you that he didn't quite understand. So he was kind of in the closet. And then he, come Mass Effect 3, after you save him again in Mars, he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. It's the apocalypse. Why am I still in the closet? And I've heard that that romance is well written. I don't know. I've never done that romance again, because I'm pretty much always romanced by the time I hit Mass Effect 3.
Now you see me.
I also have no experience with the Cortez romance. I hear it's good. And I have no reason to disbelieve that, because Cortez is a great character. I always befriend him, no matter if I'm Broshep or FemShep.
Can't get there. you.
Well, I mean, Tallymancer's my favorite bro-ship romance. Miranda's also pretty good. Jack is actually surprisingly wholesome. If you don't do the one-night stand, you don't even actually sleep with her in Mass Effect 2 if you're a romancer. You just kind of hold her and tell her everything's gonna be alright. Now, come Mass Effect 3, you definitely can make up for that fact. As in the Citadel's DLC, going to the combat sim together, it kind of implies that that's foreplay.
I'll light him up.
And in fact, she's so devoted to you in Mass Effect 3 that, like in the Citadel DLC, she gets you a tattoo so your body can be identified as a worst case scenario.
Going dark.
Fucking hell. There, worst. I think we got them all. Let's see here. But yeah, there's not a... I don't think there's actually a bad bro-shep Mass Effect 2 romance. Because the ones you get in Mass Effect 2 are Tally, which is, like, I would say S tier. Miranda. And Jack. Wait. What are you hearing? Explosions. Whatever. But if I had to rank the bro-shep romances, number one is easily Tally. But again, my kryptonite is adorkable. And that is literally Tally. Alright, cargo ship. Tare Allen docked and received a large shipment of resources en route to a facility in the Dranik system. Tare Allen requested escort for shipment, claiming pirate activity along the route. Okay, location, the last port from Tare Allen. Encrypted, encrypt. And my second favorite bro-shep romance might actually be Jack.
Now you see me.
Just because of how wholesome it is.
Fire in the hole.
And I'm a sucker for wholesome too. Then it would be Miranda.
Going dark.
Then Liara.
Gotcha.
Then I would probably put... Well, I would have to rank Ash, Cortez, and Caden all the same because I've never actually experienced those. So I can't judge them if I haven't done them.
Now you see me.
Here they come.
Shotgun kill.
I'll tear you apart.
That's understandable. In my playthroughs, Ash ends up being left on Vermeer like over 50% of the time because she is a discount Garrus in terms of gameplay. It is always a tactical decision unless I'm actually romancing Caden, in which case, you know, there's a much more selfish reason. But Any other time, it's purely tactical. And even for lore-wise, it makes more sense for Caden to survive Vermeer. Because he is the engineer. Meaning he is the one that's arming the bomb. He's also the NCO. Whereas Ash is a grunt. That's it. She's good at shooting things. Yep, LT. And Caden is lieutenant. He is a sentinel. He's a biotic, which makes him more valuable, especially Mass Effect 1. He's more valuable to the crew than another Jarhead. Tactically speaking, Ash should be left behind. The only reason why she shouldn't be is if you're actively romancing her. Well, space magic is fucking overpowered in Mass Effect 1. The decrypted data is incomplete. Further details are required to trace Tara Allen's location. The data has been sent to Cerberus for further analysis. Alright. We're ending the mission. Adept is really only good in Mass Effect 1, though. It's okay in Mass Effect 3, but Adept in Mass Effect 2 is nerfed hard. Take suggestions. Well, the main reason why Adept in Mass Effect 3 is nerfed hard is biotics, unless it's warp, do not pierce through shields, barriers, or armor. So on the harder difficulties, you're handicapping yourself. Cover data referring to Terra Lens location, more decryption needed. But yeah, there's actually a great class tier ranking list that breaks down each of the 6 classes across each of the games, because they rank like Mass Effect 1 Adept different than Mass Effect 2 Adept. So technically there's like 18 classes. It's very well researched, very well scripted. I'd recommend it to you, but the problem that I think you'd have with it, Sav, is it's voiced by the President AI voices. The script and research is all done by the human creator. He's just using the AI to voice it. And I get a lot of people don't like AI stuff. Shrug goes here. If you want me to send you the link, I can. Because it is very well researched. And I actually agree with a lot of its findings and rankings. Some I don't, but... Alright, I will send you the link. And while it is the AI presidents, it is surprisingly apolitical. And the one, I mean, I don't like AI voices much either, but the one exception I have is public officials, especially politicians, because I don't really like politicians. So I don't care as much. But anyway, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and end it here because it's been 2 hours and 14 minutes. And I'm hungry as fuck. So go ahead and end it here as we that. I don't know if there'll be an evening stream. It will depend a lot upon whether or not I have D&D in the evening. If I don't, I'll think of something. Maybe like Cyberpunk or Final Fantasy. I don't know. We'll think of something. Or hell, even Ace Combat 6 Showcase. Who knows? But Monday will definitely be the final. We're going back to Final Fantasy X. We're cheating in a Blitzball tournament. So we never have to play Blitzball again. Wednesday afternoon, we'll be playing Cyberpunk. We're going to be going around Watson doing police scanners, neutralizing cyber psychos, and doing gigs to build up our cyberware and experience before we hit the next story missions. Then Wednesday evening with the Floof crew in Baldur's Gate, we're going to go after the Murder Tribunal so we can finally take out Orin the Red. Oh, and I guess we can rescue Halcyon as well. Thursday, we're going back to the Ace Combat 6 showcase. However, I do have a poll up on the Discord in Ghost Eye as to whether or not you want me, because I have the Xbox Series X now, and according to the test stream I did yesterday, the sound is perfect. I mean, it sounds like I sound like I do right now. Game sound is crisp. There's no game lagging either. So the poll is whether or not you want me to restart the A6 portion of the showcase from the beginning with the F-16 and redo it, or just continue where we left off with the Typhoon. So I went with just go. So currently it's 2-2. I kind of want to restart it. I'm not going to get rid of the archives of the streams that we've already done. I just move it to a separate playlist. So don't worry about losing history. It's still going to be there. I don't like how I sound in the Xbox One. Anyway, then Friday, we're going to start Batman Arkham City. And then next Saturday will be more Cyberpunk. And then next week with the Insanity of Victor Shepard, we're going to continue the Explorathon. That'll probably be at least 1.5 streams left of the Explorathon. So with those, it'll be side quests, me cursing at some of the missions, and then just shooting the shit. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun. And I will see you guys definitely tomorrow, maybe later today. Take care and have a great rest.